Welcome back to another episode of some high protein cooking that's going to taste amazing, hit our protein goals, nutrition goals, do well for the body, and of course, be quick and easy that you can make this on a weekday. So, tonight we are talking about some salmon. We're going to make some salmon. I'm actually going to do also a little side salad with it. Not sure yet what I'm going to make for the so salmon and some sweet potatoes. One of my actually that's the mangoes. But one of my favorite things is to make sweet potatoes. So not even sure yet how I'm making this, but I stopped by the supermarket before I came home, and basically you're going to watch me just kind of whip dinner together. Super easy. But let's see how we should do this. I think I'm gonna probably air fry these because it'll be quicker. And who doesn't love some air fried potatoes? Um, or should I bake them? Let me know in the comments if you have a preference for the sweet potatoes. And while I'm getting the sweet potatoes together, I'm going to peel these really quickly because, as I said, I don't know yet how I want to do this. So it's a matter of just getting things going here. Um, and getting it ready for prep. So I'm trying to think. I haven't had like some mashed sweet potatoes in a while. So this might be one of those times that I do that. Um, but let's see. Let me know in the comments if this is your first time watching this live, and if I'm coming over okay. I know that for some people, you know, for me, trying to get my health in order has been sometimes challenging, especially when it comes to the nutrition. And so, one of the things I've been doing with these lives is just going live each night, showing you how you can prep, meal prep in a way with food that's not going to make you be annoyed with the process. Okay. Um, welcome, welcome, welcome. Just put this aside. Okay. All right, I'm back. So what we're doing is just I'm peeling some sweet potatoes. I honestly don't even know how I'm making these. I know I want to make salmon tonight. So trying to figure out what I want to do with these. I actually had sweet potatoes last night, but they were roasted. And I kind of want something different tonight. So trying to figure out what I want to do with that. And so I'm going to cut these potatoes now. Well, not cut them, peel them, and then kind of while I'm doing that, come up with an idea for them. Because we're going to do these I think air frying them might be the quick, lazy way out, but it's still going to taste good. Maybe like air fries or something, air fry fries, you know, but I'm not sure yet. Tell me if you have any ideas on what I should do with these sweet potatoes and how we should prepare them. I normally put them in the oven. It's quick and simple, but I'm going to try something different. And this is what happens. You come home and you're tired and you're just like, what am I going to cook for dinner? And even then, I'm still like a person who wants to have a very luxe dinner because for me, having your food taste amazing is the reason that I'm going to be able to continue to stay true to a high protein, low calorie meal plan. Okay. So I've been trying to lose weight recently. And for me, losing weight has been a mixture of working out 5 days a week, but more importantly, and I really do mean that, more importantly, it's been what I'm eating. And for me, it's been low calories, but very high protein. And so tonight we're going to be doing some complex carbs because you need the carbs for your energy, and sweet salmon for my salmon for the protein. And so I'm just peeling these sweet potatoes right now. I really, really love sweet potatoes, but I'm trying to figure out which way. Or we can also do mashed sweet potatoes with the salmon. One way to do it. I haven't had that in a very long time, but I don't really feel like doing the extra mashing. I feel like I'm gonna put this in the air fryer, honestly, and get this going so we can get to the salmon. My thing for all of this is always making it easy for you. Like, how easy is this for you to come home after a long day dealing with people that you're like, ugh, I just need to get away, and then make dinner that tastes amazing, right? Like, that's the end of the day. That's my goal. If it's going to be something that's too complicated, then I probably won't do it, especially in the weekday. And if it's going to be something that is going to be too expensive, I probably won't do it either. So this is a inexpensive meal, but it's still going to be super luxe. Like, you're going to feel like, oh my goodness. Um, Mashed sweet potato, huh? Yo, boy, what's going on? Damien, hello, hello. Thank you guys for coming on to the live. Let me know. Um, yeah, mashed sweet potato. Hmm. I do have some oat milk that I need to use. That might be a good one with the, I don't know. I'm doing salmon on my cast iron, so let's see how that would go. Mashed sweet potato and then your salmon. All I do know is that just while I'm peeling this, I'm trying to come up with my idea. And this is how it is. Like, I just got home. I had a work meeting that took me all the way up until 5 minutes ago before I went live. And I just have to get something, food, get ready for the food, or get the food ready for dinner time, which is in an hour for us. And so I don't know. For a lot of people, I could see why, doing this stuff and trying to come up with a good meal every night could be so frustrating and so annoying. Um, Damien, what's going oh, I thought you said you're sad. Okay, you said I'm cool. Thank you. um, but let me know if there's some ideas. What do you think I should do with the sweet potatoes? We have a vote so far for mashed sweet potatoes. I was thinking of air frying them, make it easy. You can actually air fry the salmon as well to definitely make it super easy. Um, Maybe just put that in and make a little sauce, so you can make it like fries. Actually, that might be a good idea, actually. Just make this. I love air frying my salmon. It's very easy to do. And then make some fries. I think that's kind of where I'm starting to head with this. Some French fries, sweet potato fries, and some air fried crispy salmon. Let me know what you're thinking. Um, Make it easy on ourselves. I've had a very long day today, and so, and there goes that cut. Um, this knife is so very sharp. Oh my gosh, very very sharp. So sharp that when I finish here, I normally don't even let my son, who does the dishes, wash it because I am so afraid he's gonna, half the time he's not paying attention as a teenager washing these dishes, that he's going to cut himself. So, but it's such a good knife. I got this in Japan, and it does the job efficiently, like too efficiently. But let me make sure I don't have, just going to rinse my hands so put some pressure on it so it doesn't start bleeding on me. Ugh. But while I'm doing that, let's talk. Yes, I am trying to be careful. I didn't get an alert again. Sherry, did you put normally for the alert you won? I'm sure you're following as a subscriber, but did you turn on the notifications? I think there's a separate section that you have to put on there for notification. So let me know if that's probably the reason. So Sherry, what I'm cooking is I just decided. I was very, all I knew is that I was going to do salmon and I wanted to do sweet potatoes. So, what I'm going to do, we're going to make a nice sauce to go with it, but we're going to make a sweet potato fries and we're going to air fry our salmon as well. I might do like an air fry. I did Cajun chicken last week. We may do Cajun salmon bites. That's what we're gonna do. So it's Cajun salmon bites with air fried sweet potatoes and sweet potato fries. Um, Simple, delicious. And then I'll throw in a. What I will do is because I have my halloumi cheese that I need to finish, we'll do that as a side salad. So there we go. See how easy that was? You just have to kind of think through it a little bit in your head. Didn't give me too much power, brain power. Didn't have to use too much brain power on it, but we're going to do it. I just kind of cut my, I'm trying to make sure this doesn't start bleeding on me, but I did cut my hand. Didn't, I think it broke skin, but not all the way, but I'm just still trying to make sure. So I'm finishing up these, just cutting these sweet potatoes. I have said this over and over again, but if you are someone looking to lose weight, or forget that, if you're someone who's just trying to be conscious of what you eat, then you should absolutely make sure that you are adding sweet potatoes to your diet. And I'm not talking about making them like how we normally do at um, Thanksgiving, right? With all the sugar and all of that. These are sweet enough. You don't need to add anything else to them. So I'm going to cut these. My husband has like, oh, I'm going to see if I can use his thing. And so I've never used it, but my husband loves French fries, like loves French fries. Um, and he uses this thing. And I'm going to see if I can use it. I think you put it in here. Let me push it back so you could see. And then it comes out like in nice little strips. Yes, I think that's how it's done. We're going to try a small piece. I think I need a little bowl or something to get the, so they're catching on something. But because he gets hit, oh, like he loves making French fries. So I'm going to move this over like this. All right, let me get a bowl. Because what we're going to do is sweet potato fries and then Cajun salmon bites. So let's see if this works. I've never used it, so we'll see. I think you line it up like this. Damn, this is like using all of my energy. Okay. So there it is. I don't know if these are too big, but we'll see. You see how they came out like little French fry strips? So, all right. That makes it so much easier, right? So then having to cut these. I'm going to try it a different way. I have it, I think this is the way. You put it in like that. And then you bring down the lever. Yay. Look, easy day, easy day. Your dish will contain 119 calories and 8 grams of protein. Okay, so 8 grams of protein for the salmon. I also have the halloumi cheese that we're going to be using. So I'll get you the information for that as well. I really like this thing. It's this has made it so much quicker and easier now. Obviously, with I got to definitely work on my okay, maybe this is doing I need to put This might be too much. And now I'm like, feel like I'm stuck in that section. This is as on. I think I put too much in there. So these are going to be smaller, but that's okay. Okay. So they're not all the long, beautiful fries like this, but at the end of the day, they're going in our tummy, and we're just trying to get these done quickly. Nobody have time for perfection at home, so it's all good. Um, but I don't know, like, if they wanted the long ones, how do you know, how would I get the long ones? Let's see. There we go. It's like a workout. Like, I'm definitely getting a workout here. But it's doing it so quick. Like, look how beautiful these are. They're pretty thick though. I feel like I should have been able to make them smaller. I don't know if that's, as I said, I've never used this equipment, but my husband makes fries all the time. And I think this is exactly why he bought this, because he's like, I'm not cutting up these things into fries for. Um, and I haven't tried the chopper. Your dish will contain 119. I haven't. What type of chopper are we talking about? And now I only have like 3 more pieces left. So this took how much time? This took no time to do this. I think I will still be chopping, making fries if I wanted to do this by hand. But this is going so quickly, like in and out, like, okay. And so this is what I have so far, which is good because, as I said, this is like the main starch or something. And then we'll just season that a little bit and put that in the air fryer. And then we're pretty much done with that. All right. Oh. Okay, that's going to go that way. So glad I've been working out. Had arms day today in the gym. It is coming through very nicely. Very nicely. So if you are interested in this thing, as I said, I've never used it before. This was my first time, but it's only because I was like, I want to have some sweet potato fries tonight. And this is going through like, it is moving. Moving. And this is, I think, my last piece. No, I have one small piece left. Wow. Look at this. This is so cool. Still be the same with the readings. Will the readings still be the same with the salmon? Um, you mean the cheese? Okay. And there we go. We're done. Which is a lot of fries, but that's okay because remember, this is kind of the main part is going to be the salmon bites and fries. So we're having almost like you know, a bar meal tonight, but still have it be very good for us. Okay. So that's it. We're going to just throw this out. And here we go. All right. I'm going to I'm not really going to season this that much, right? It's fries. So I'm going to just put a little bit of olive oil on it. Actually, I'm going to do olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper and garlic powder. That is it. Okay. And then we're going to grab our air fryer and start moving that together. And for the cheese, I'm going to give you the information, Damien, for the cheese, because I'm going to have that as a side. And so it's the halloumi cheese that we're going to be using tonight. And that has 80 calories and 6 grams of protein, okay, in a serving. So If you haven't had halloumi cheese before, you're in for you're definitely in for something fun. It's a cheese that doesn't really melt. Um, so you kind of grill it. In this case, I'm going to put it on the cast iron and brown it a little bit. And then we're going to have it with some tomatoes. It is so good. Okay, so what I have over here is as you can see, I have my air fryer, and air fryer is ready to go. Okay, I'm going to do olive oil. Guess we don't have any in here. I normally pour my olive oil into my dispenser, but so bear with me as you watch me fill this up, because that is what I'm going to fill it up. And I always make a mess to the end. So I'm going to slow down. And I know for some people, like, you're taking one bottle into another bottle. Yes, sir. I feel like the spout I'm able to control a little better when I have this type of spout. So put this on the side. Just a little bit of olive oil on here, salt, and that's it. We're gonna do a nice little rub for the salmon. So I'm okay with this just being as plain as possible. What kind of cheese? The cheese is halloumi. And so this is a cheese. You're normally going to get this in the summer. Most places don't have this. I had to go to a few places. I ended up getting it at Trader Joe's though. But you want to... Okay, and I'm just going to add a little bit of garlic powder and some black pepper. And then we are off. And we want to start that going because we're going to be using the same air fryer for our salmon. So this is going to go first so that I can get most of this finished. And then we will do our the salmon. And while that's going, then we'll finish up with the halloumi cheese, a little appetizer or salad, however you want to do it. I'm being very generous with the garlic powder. Let me get a spoon, see if I can move this around. And so the fries, I'm so excited because I was able to cut these fries up so quickly. Normally this would take me forever to do, but I forgot that my husband has his little fry cutter. And so now you get fries that look, like fries. Okay. And so we're going to put the first layer down on here. And remember, you only just want to put just a layer so that they're not overcrowded in there. Okay. Put this on the side. We have our first layer in. Put this in there. I'm actually going to move you over here. And we are going to air fry. Okay. And that's as simple as it goes. Okay. Next, we are going to do is to season up our salmon. This is a quick meal. Like, we're talking in and out, but delicious. It's going to hit the spot for those who are missing their fries, I used to have once a week, I will stop at McDonald's for their fries. And of course, when I started this journey, I was like, oh, I can't stop there anymore, because I definitely believe that was part of one of the reasons I started gaining so much weight so quickly. Um, but if you have a taste for the fries, then sweet potato fries is going to save that for you. Okay, our salmon. And we're going to do salmon bites. So let me know if you've had that before. It's a lot of paper. So we're doing salmon bites tonight, Cajun salmon bites. So last week I did Cajun chicken pasta. It's going to be very similar, but instead this time we're using salmon. Okay. So the only thing I have to do is to try to get the skin off, because I don't really want to, I do not want to air fry the skin. And so let's see if we are able to do that relatively easy. I'm trying to get as close to the skin as possible so that I'm not wasting. And this is definitely one of those things you need a good knife. And the fillet knife that I have is not like very sharp, so I'm using this one. But if you have a fillet knife, it should work to just swoop and get everything you need down there. But I'm gonna work with what we have. And there we go. I'm just getting, I like how it's coming off clean and it's not really grabbing some of the meat from the fish. Just exactly what we want. But as I said, if I had a fillet knife, this would be a lot easier. But that's exactly what the fillet knife is supposed to separate the meat from the skin. Just flip that on its side, see if I can get it quicker. And patience. And when I'm cooking I'm cooking live, but when I'm cooking in the middle of the week, all my patience for technique and all of that stuff goes out the window. So I'm hungry, kind of like tired, you guys know. And so I'm just more at that point of good enough. It tastes good, good enough. But all right, so looks like I have to grab that meat over there because you see what happened there, right? The good thing is I'm going to be cutting these up anyway into cubes and stuff like that. So we'll see how much I'm able to salvage. Okay. It's like some parts come off nice and beautiful, and then the other part says, ma'am, not today. So I'm going to kind of go against it and have to get it in chunks just fine. There we go. If I could get this guy up and cut this so I just don't like air frying the skin. I know some people do it. I'm just like, ugh. It's just a part I've tried it before and I just didn't like the consistency. And this is definitely the harder part. Victor, I am making Cajun chicken bites. And I'm making that with some sweet potato fries. and then a salad with a halloumi tomato salad. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, so get rid of the skin. If you are okay with the skin, I say go for it. If you're not, you're gonna have to take it off. I have a little piece left here with skin. And then I just don't like the scales. I don't know. I know some people are way okay with it, but not I. Okay. There we go. All right. I'm gonna do some cleaning up a little bit. And I'm just gonna rinse this under the water. And then we're gonna season it and it'll be done and ready. The good thing is it's gonna marinate a little bit while the fries are happening, okay? So I'm just gonna rinse these a little bit. We get some fresh paper towels, and so that will help me with drying up some of the liquid. I'm gonna put this here, and so we're gonna rinse these. So I got these from the supermarket. I just wanna rinse those off. If you wanted to, like this last week I made, which was so good. I just had the salmon and I made some salmon tartare. If you get to this stage and you're like, I don't feel like cooking anymore, remember you can always have some raw salmon. Tastes amazing. Sometimes that's happened. I start cooking and I'm like, you know what? We're gonna go with this right now. This is gonna end here with this meal. So I could smell the fries are already having an impact. If hot water is poured over the skin, it will slide off. Okay, never tried that before. Let's get a bowl. We are going to start cutting these up. And I'm gonna, when they go into the air fryer, they get very small. So I try to cut them even bigger because they can get pretty small. Okay, so just be careful. You don't want like tiny, tiny piece. So, okay. I did that before and I was like, ooh, these are really tiny. And so I'm always aware now of it. It's okay if they're not like, and I feel like I'm even doing them a little too small, to be honest with you, but it's all good. I'm gonna have some of these for lunch tomorrow, so, and then dinner. We have some things left over from the last few nights, so tonight's dinner might be a mixture of, you know, what folks want to eat, including this. My husband went in, he was like, you have a lot of food left over, so I just, I'm one of those people that like a nice meal each night, you know? So simple, quick. Seafood is one of those things that's going to be so quick to make, but the return on investment on this is so good. Like high protein count and low calories. That's kind of what you're doing. If you're trying to lose weight, that's what you should be focused on. Okay. And we are done. There we go. And see how quick that was. 200 calories for your meal in total. That is nothing. 200 calories for my meal. Like, guys, do you understand? Like, some of us eat more calories in like a bag of potato chips. Gotta watch these because you see how quickly they want to burn on you. But I gotta watch them. But they smell great. I just gotta be careful. All right, a little bit of this, and here's the goodness in our thing. We're going to do some no salt Creole seasoning. I bought a couple of things last week that definitely made this Creole bites. Well, not Creole, Cajun bites. So smoked paprika is always going to be a must in there. Definitely some onion powder is always going to be in there. Of course, garlic powder, like come through. Season your stuff, folks. If you want things to taste great, just, loving this thing lately. It's no salt. And normally I love the Creole seasoning, but it's always been so salty that I'm like, oh, why so much salt in this, And so I love that. I'm going to put some red pepper because you guys know how I like my things with some heat. And we're going to add some chili powder because we are making, after all, Cajun. And then I'm going to add a little bit of, just a little bit, because you know how I love my heat in here. And there was one thing I bought, and I can't seem to find it. I did buy a Cajun spice, but I'm not seeing it. So I'm not sure where that little guy went. Oh, here it is. This has salt in it, so I always have to be a little careful, obviously. But there we go. And that's what it's going to look like. And I'm going to take this guy out. I'm going to get him a bowl. Actually, let me get a... Good. And the first layer of fries are done. I'm going to put in the second layer if I can find my bowl, and I'll show you guys what that's looking like. So first layer of fries are done. We're almost done dinner. Like, this is something that you can easily come home and do so quickly. People are going to think that you took forever in a day to do that. Okay, so these are the fries. Crispy on the outside and nice and soft in the inside. Just need a little bit of salt, but we can take care of that. Here is your salmon. You want to make sure it's really nice and coated because you want the seasoning everywhere. And because we are not necessarily marinating this, just make sure that, all the pieces get a little bit of seasoning. No discrimination on that. And that's your Cajun bites there. I think I'm going to put a little bit of Cajun seasoning on the fries. We'll see how that tastes, Just taste things up. And there we go. The calories and carbs from the dish can help you in a cardio set. That's what it's going to be doing tomorrow when I work out. I work out in the mornings before I eat anything. Like, I work out while I'm still almost like fasting, right? Because I haven't broken the fast since I go to bed. And so, when I eat something heavy, not heavy, but when I eat a lot of proteins the night before, I promise you when I'm working out, I am not ever hungry in the morning. I don't feel sluggish. I feel like I have enough energy to work out. And I know it's because I'm boosting my protein at nights, especially. Okay. Okay. So this is done. We already have the air fryer going with some more fries. So I'm gonna put this on the side. It could get its little marinating going on. And but then in the meanwhile, let's go ahead and make the last part of this dish, which is our halloumi cheese and tomatoes. So I'm gonna use another board. Use a different board for that. And basically what we're doing is we're going to be cutting this halloumi cheese and we're going to be putting it not in the air fryer, but on griddle, or not griddle either, but our cast iron. Okay. So normally you with halloumi cheese is something, it's a hard cheese. This one has a little bit of flavoring in it already. And you're going to be cutting it and slicing it. And it's so, so good. But also, it's one of those cheese that has such a much higher protein count than most other cheeses. Okay, so this is where we're adding it. It's gonna come in like its own liquid, like see that? That's fine. It's like cheese, burrata cheese and um, fresh fresh mozzarella. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just cut down, and you're going to do like a 2-inch thick cut. These don't melt. They have a very high melting, whatever they will consider this, but don't worry about putting these on a grill or on the fire. It's not going to melt like that. So all you're going to need, this already has the seasoning in it, so I'm not even going to add anything to it. Just going to heat up my cast iron pot, and we are going to put it on the grill. Okay. I'm just gonna cut this down. It's a weird cut, but there we go. So easy, nothing to it. Okay. All right. So over to the side is my cast iron. And I'll bring you over here in a few seconds, but I just want to get everything set up. And I'm going to have that heating up in the meanwhile. While that's heating up on the cast iron, I have some vine ripened tomatoes. Just going to rinse these off. I don't think I'm going to need all of them, but we'll see. And then I'm going to get a small bowl for this. Okay. It does look like tofu a bit, but it's not. It's halloumi cheese. It's one of those cheese though that if you want to try it, do it now because it's really like a summer cheese because a lot of people use it for grilling, obviously. And so it is very difficult to find not in the summer season. So depending where you are, like you may go in October, November, and nowhere will have it. And because it's really like a summer cheese, people use it a lot for, people use it a lot for grilling and things like that. So actually, I want to make these. I may not. Well, we'll see. This is how I start cooking. Like I start with one idea in my head, and then I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want that. So I think I want to make it. Have you had fresh mozzarella and tomato and stuff? I think I'm gonna do it that way instead, where the cheese is in the middle. Make it a little pretty. Get some basil. I think I have some basil left over, and we could do it like that. Okay. So I'm gonna do one more. And I'm just cutting these down like these, where you can like make it like almost sandwiches. Should probably cut these a little smaller, but and instead of a bowl, maybe I just need a platter because I'm gonna lay them out. But you see how quick this meal is gonna come together? Have a tomato side here. I think I'm gonna need a platter instead. Let's go fancy. Why don't we, huh? Let's go fancy. And that's what I mean. You come home and you want to feel like you're at a restaurant in your home. So I'm all about it. I'm adding a little bit of olive oil, not too much, to the pot, the cast iron as it's heating up right now. Because I want to get these and sear these on the cast iron. Um, and so, but I do want to season my tomatoes a little bit. So I'm gonna lay these out and then I'm gonna have to move them again, but it's all good. Because I wanna season it, you know. I love a little bit of salt and pepper, and then I'm gonna add some um, salt and pepper and maybe the basil. And let's not waste anything. I know some people, they're like, ooh, but those taste just as good. And so, where is my salt? Okay, can't find the salt. No way I put that. If you see it in the kitchen, let me know. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this over there. Okay, and we're gonna be putting our cheese on here. As I mentioned, it has a high, it definitely has a high um, burn point, cheesing melting point, whatever it is they say. So it's not going to melt even in this very, you see how that is smoking up? It's not going to melt on that. And I could do all of them quickly in this bowl, in this pot, sorry. But if you ever grill, this is, a lot of people grill these, okay? But and that's it. And we're almost done making our salad. The French fries are looking like they're ready to come out. And then we're gonna go in. We still have fries to make, but we're gonna go in and get that, um, get the salmon in there for the Cajun salmon bites. Okay, that's how we have that. Okay, found the salt. So we're gonna go back here. That could take a little couple minutes there. Let's finish up seasoning our tomatoes. And I just want to sprinkle a little bit of salt on it. This alone could be it. I mean, look at the presentation, right? You could say, yep, I did my part, I'm done. But we're gonna up the ante, because how many places you're gonna go and they're gonna serve you halloumi cheese? Or, you know, have you had it before? Let me know in the comments if you've had this before. Beverly Watson, thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. I'm just flipping the cheese here real quick before they burn. These looks, I promise you, if you try these, you're going to be like, oh my goodness. Like, look at these. Definitely have some uneven fire on my thing here because you see how dark these is. It's supposed to come out looking like that, but once again, it's all good. It's absolutely all good. All right, so I just took out the last bit of those fries, and we're gonna drop in the the salmon. I'm gonna lower this a little bit, get that going, and then here we go with the salmon. And so I want to add these in here. And you got to be careful. These are going to cook so quickly. So we want to, make sure we are watching this. Try to keep them as one layer so that they're not overcrowded. Just do them in batches. I know we want to eat, but don't let the greediness get to us quickly. I'm going to put that in here. And I'm going to do air broil on this one instead of air fry. Okay, and it lowers the amount of time. And so back over here, we're going to grab our dish. And we're going to start putting that in there for the ones that's done. So you see that is done. Okay. Look how pretty that is. Like, that's what I mean. Like, you don't have to go, or you don't have to spend a lot of money. Like, you can make your own 5-star dining in your home. Okay. And on top of it, be extremely healthy. Be extremely healthy. And quick, 45 minutes ago, I literally I didn't even know what I wanted to cook. And now I have a dish that looks like I thought about this all day, had a chef come in and put it together. It's going to hit all my protein goals, low calorie at the end of the day, help me lose weight at the end of the week, looks amazing, and more importantly, taste amazing. Get a little color in the back of that. That's why I'm leaving him lonesome over there. And while that is trying to get some color, let me see if I have some basil. Oh, yes, we do have basil. Okay. And so I'm going to grab him, get him out of here. There goes that color. Okay. Turn this guy off. And this is just a little quick very quick salad that we're going to be making to add to, our French fries. I have some basil here. I'm going to rip these up a little bit. And you don't need to necessarily chop up basil, but you could just rip them up with your hands. Just, shred them up a little bit. So it's almost like your fresh mozzarella salad, but instead we're using halloumi cheese that has a higher protein, lower calorie content. And then I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of olive oil. What do we think? What do you guys think? All right. And you could just set this, either you set it aside or you can put it back in the fridge until you're ready. And I'm going to start plating our food soon because I'm done, right? Like, how quick and simple and easy was that? I have a Cajun salmon bites going in the air fryer. We made some sweet potato French fries to go with it, and then we still have a halloumi cheese and tomato salad to accompany it. Grab yourself a glass of wine if you have earned the wine. Um, I am not drinking during the week, so just another way for me to keep those calories down, no liquid extra calories. But trust me, I'm gonna eat this and be so full. I won't need to eat anything else for a long time. And a long time for me would be we'll probably eat around 8 p.m. And then the next time I'm going to eat anything would be around 9:30 in the morning. And that's after I work out. And so I do an hour workout to include strength training and then 30 minutes of cardio. And I'm never hungry during that. I don't feel sluggish. I don't feel hungry. I don't feel like, oh my gosh, I can't do this. That's because I put as much of the emphasis on high proteins in the evenings, like right now, to get me through that breakfast, that fasting while working out. And I promise you, I think I am losing weight so much quicker than I had before. And it's all because I am very intentional about high protein, low calories, high protein, low calories. Intentional about that, but even more intentional about the fact that it's going to need to taste good. Because I'm not eating food just to say I'm eating it. So this is starting to put the color on there. Oh my gosh. It smells fantastic. I'm going to make it darken it up a little more, but this is what the salmon bites are looking like. Mm, 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 mm. I'm going to give it a little more, couple more minutes, and we will be finished with that. And then let me get my plate now to plate it. Amazing food looks great, and you look great. Great cook. California for Trump 2020. Thank you. Um, okay. So, of course, at home, we want to act like we are at a restaurant always. So this is what I normally do with my plating and stuff because, that's part of the magic of being able to provide um, dinner, a Lux dinner while at home. It doesn't have to be cost expense. It doesn't have to cost you a lot, but just the little things like the white plate or whatever nice plate that you have, and how we plate it to present. So everyone knows in my home, I am definitely about plating. After I've done all the work on the food, I want you to feel like you are at a five-star restaurant when you come to the dinner table. I don't want it to seem like I just put this together, let's go on. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get that food on a plate. I am starving, and so I wanna make sure we have that going. Um, I am going to add, here's my fries, a little burnt, but it's all good. I'm gonna add a little bit of Cajun seasoning to the French fries. Give it a little zing. Okay. And I think the next batch that I do, I'm going to put them on there instead of air fry. Air. I might just do air air roast or something like that because these were cooking way too fast. So I'm gonna put those on there, and then I want them a little more crispy. But my daughter does not, who loves these fries, hates when they're very crispy. So I'm not gonna give her that much. So she's gonna get the first set of food tonight. Oh my God, look at how amazing this looks. If you can just reach over and grab one, go ahead. So I'm gonna get my daughter hers. These look so good. And their salmon cooks so quick and easy. The only thing that's missing is a little sauce here, but um, we have some leftovers garlic. I do have some leftover garlic yogurt sauce that we can use as well. I'll see if I want to put that in there. Okay. And so this is the dinner. Let me grab, I'm not going to get ketchup, as I said, because we want to try to keep the calorie count down. So I will probably, let me see if I can grab that sauce in here. If not, I might have to whip some up so quickly. Oh, we do have it here. And this is a beauty of when you make a lot of food, you're able to just have some extras lying around. And so I made this garlic sauce. Um, I made this garlic, um, it's a garlic yogurt sauce the other night that went with the chicken shawarma, but they can absolutely go now with this salmon. And that's a little extra, 1 or 2 grams of protein that's just being added there. Okay. Okay. And so dinner is served. So what we have here is some Cajun salmon bites along with a little dipping sauce, which is a garlic yogurt sauce that has some dill in there. And then this is some homemade sweet potato fries. And then a little salad on the side that has a halloumi cheese with some fine ripened tomatoes, and a little bit of basil on it. And this is dinner. What do you guys think? Let me know if this is something that you would make for yourself or someone at home, and if it's something that you would reach for if you were someone on a diet. Okay, Damien, thank you so much. Go get your sleep. I'm sure it would taste great. Okay, it's time for me to go. Did you coat the salmon in something before air frying? I tuned in late. Yes, I did. I did a mixture of basically Cajun spices. So if you're looking, it's to do the Cajun spices would be some smoked paprika. You need your onion powder and garlic powder. They come as a pair. I got this no salt Creole seasoning that has been fantastic. I am going through it like crazy because I really, really like it. Um, then you have chili powder. And then this New Orleans Cajun seasoning, which is probably all of the same things we had plus. So I added that, and then salt and pepper. And that's kind of what was coated on it. And if you want them a little darker, you can keep them in there a little longer. It's up to you and how you like these things. So I'm going to finish the batch and give the rest to the family. We're going to have dinner. And that's it for tonight. So thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already given a thumbs up to the video, I would really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, truly appreciate it. Your boy Coco, I did not know you were from North Carolina, but good night from San Diego. All right, thank you so much. And I appreciate if you would give a thumbs up and subscribe. Talk to you soon. Bye.